Dr. Anthony Fauci is among 3 top doctors now in self-quarantine after being exposed to a person with coronavirus. 2 people within the White House have tested positive for the virus within the past few days. Meantime, there now are more than 1.3 million cases of coronavirus here in the United States, and the death toll is approaching 80,000. But let's begin this morning with the overnight news from the White House that Dr. Anthony Fauci is one of 3 top doctors now in self-quarantine. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell is at the White House with more. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Willie. Just as the White House is trying to send a message of going back to work with the president and vice president keeping their travel schedules, 3 of the most prominent medical voices in this federal response are doing the opposite, staying home, adhering to guidelines they hope other Americans will follow.
3 of the nation's top doctors following their own medical advice, choosing self-quarantine, as Dr. Anthony Fauci once prescribed.
The idea about self-isolating for 2 weeks will be very important.
Fauci plans a modified quarantine, mask wearing with limited outside contact, while CDC Director Robert Redfield and FDA Director Stephen Hahn will remain home for 2 weeks.
We have a powerful tool, a powerful weapon, that is social distancing.
Each taking these steps as a precaution after they were exposed to a person with coronavirus. New fallout from the second positive case this week inside the White House. Pence press secretary Katie Miller, who works closely with the task force. Late Saturday, a Senate committee expecting Redfield and Hahn to testify this week announced the White House granted a one-time exception, allowing them to appear by video conference. Around the White House grounds, new, unmistakable change. Face covering suddenly in use by a number of government employees. As the president conducted a national security session late Saturday,
we've had a very, very productive meeting.
Secret Service agents near President Trump covered their faces, but the president and military brass, who are all tested, did not. Mixed signals that can cause uncertainty with the virus inside the West Wing. The Washington Post reports aides deemed essential have been encouraged by supervisors to come into the office, not taking 14 days to self-isolate. A White House statement notes every precaution is taken, listing social distancing, temperature checks, regular deep cleaning, and daily testing. But it does not mention self-quarantine.